Hi, I'm Ces'Ari. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and my wedding date is June 19th. George and I met in the Summer Academic Enrichment Program at UC Irvine. We're both political science majors, so it didn't take long for us to hit it off. And we soon became friends, and right after we fell in love, and we've been a team ever since.
Hi, I'm Ces'Ari's fiance, George Stimero, and I'm 22 years old, and I'm from Santa Ana, California. We were both full-time students at UC Irvine, and we both work, conduct research, and volunteer whenever the time is possible. Ever since I met Ces'Ari, I knew that she was the one for me. Unfortunately, besides money issues, we are also tight on time.
So we set a maximum of $6,000, which is extremely low, I know, but we still are trying not to reach the entire $6,000. So I'm trying to do whatever I can to cut corners so it's not too tacky, but still I know it's not going to end up being what I think it could be if I had the budget. Venue. Okay, so my venue at the moment, well, I don't have one. I wrote that in the application. The choices that I have aren't very nice. They're actually pretty run down and outdated. I don't really know what to do about it. I guess that's where I need David Tutera's help. Either we could get like a free venue, I don't know if we have to go to a park, or just rent a hall somewhere. But we're running out of options really quick. Invitations. So my idea with the invitations, I was just gonna go to Walmart and get plain invitations that you could print on yourself. I have them on hold because we actually don't know what our wedding date's gonna be exactly, because we're applying for the show. So as soon as we know what our date is, we could send out the invitations as soon as possible. Flowers. We're actually gonna only have flowers as centerpieces and bouquets for the bridesmaids and maids of honor and myself. For the centerpieces, we're actually gonna be using vases about this height, because if they were any bigger, we probably couldn't afford the flowers to fill them. The day before the wedding, my bridesmaids and maid of honor volunteered to actually make bouquets. They're gonna go down to the flower district in Los Angeles and get Gerber daisies. Hopefully they'll have gardenias if they're in season, and roses. And that's pretty much it with the flowers. Centerpieces. Centerpieces are already covered. We're just gonna use these. We're also gonna have votive candles around the centerpieces. It's gonna be kind of plain. We're kind of just hoping that the table covers and everything will tie in together and set the mood. Favors. We actually got plastic photo frames and put in a sepia tone picture of George and I. It's not the most creative idea, but on our tight budget, this is all we could afford, and at least it's not overly tacky, and they'll still have a picture of George and I to hopefully remember us by in the night.
Like the drip, drip, drip of the rain.
Food and family. So my family and George's family do like to eat. We don't have the budget to feed them though, so our family are gonna volunteer and just kind of like potluck style. Everybody's just gonna bring food to the venue wherever we end up deciding to have it, and that's all we really could afford.
Beneath the moon.
As far as the cake's concerned, we are gonna buy a very plain cake and just go to Joann's and buy a rhinestone trim and actually place it around the cake ourselves, and hopefully with some of the leftover flowers from the centerpieces, we'll just cut the heads off of the flowers and place a few on top. We actually have this skull, and I know that I mentioned I wanted my Mexican heritage to kind of come through during the wedding, so I thought this skull was kind of cool. It's a little scary, but I think it goes with the Godfather theme because it's a little dark, but it also has the glittery bling on it and pink, so hopefully nobody gets too afraid, but I think it's a good idea. So I actually borrowed this dress from a friend. it's not the dress of my dreams, or partly because it's not mine, it's already been worn, but there are portions of the dress that I actually do like. I really like the beading. I love glitter and anything that's shiny, so that really that's something that I'm looking for in a dress. I do like that they incorporated a little bit of pink because my colors originally were pink, charcoal gray, white, and a little bit of purple. I really do like the fact that it kind of looks vintage, but it's not exactly there. So I think if I had a dress of my own, I'd want it to be more vintage and a little more Spanish influenced. The dress of my dreams would have to be one that has bling, maybe a little bit of pink, looks vintage, and you could definitely tell that it has some sort of Spanish influence. So what I'm excited most about the wedding, I'd have to say, would be my veil. My best friend from high school and college actually bought it for me. She got it while she was studying abroad in Spain, so it means a lot, especially because now that we're graduating college, this is going to be the first time that we might actually be separate from each other. So no matter what, I hope that David Tutera could somehow incorporate this into my wedding. It's actually like a pretty long veil. It's also handmade, so I hope he'll be able to find some way to put it in the wedding. So this is my maid of honor, my best friend from high school and college, Amber. So you can tell them how you feel about that dress.
Hello. So for the maid of honor dress, we're wearing this dress. Got it from Forever 21 for $250. Personally, it's a little hoochie, I think, for a wedding. My shoes, had them since high school, so it's just gonna be every bridesmaid wears silver shoes. And she wants a headpiece.
So I made these and they don't like them, but I'm gonna make them wear them unless we get something better. They're actually a brooch hot glued inside of a rose ribbon thing, and then we hot glued it on top of this material, and then we hot glued them on top of a comb. So there's a lot of hot glue, and I don't know. It looks okay. It's better than nothing. At least they won't be plain. But I made this one, but we still have to make a lot more of them out of this material, so they'll have to do it on their own time because I'm pretty busy, and I don't know how they feel about that. We'll start off with the venue. I would love something that's kind of has a feel like for the 1940s, that's updated, but you could totally feel like the vintageness of the venue. The Roosevelt Hotel would probably be like my dream place. I've always liked that hotel. It's in Hollywood, and I've actually never went to anything there, but I remember walking into it when I was a little girl with my dad, and I just fell in love with it. Invitations. My dream invitations would be something that has a lot of different texture and materials. I would totally want it to be like Godfather inspired. I don't know exactly how we would do that, but I guess that's where David Tutera comes in, and he could totally help me out with that. Favors. If I had my ideal favors, I hope that they would have something that was unique to George and I. I know like a photo represents George and me, but it's not exactly unique. So I guess I'd want my guests to leave with something that they'll remember my wedding by. I guess it would have to be Godfather themed too, so whatever that would be, I don't know. Hopefully I'll get ideas soon. My ideal dress. I think I kind of explained it earlier, but I wanted something that was Spanish inspired, also like blinged out. I wanted a vintage feel to it. I don't have my heart set on one dress in particular, but I know that all those elements I'd like incorporated into it, but I guess I'm pretty flexible with my dress. I just really like to have one of my own. Please choose us and make our wedding dreams come true.